Call the meeting to order. Tonight's regular city council meeting, Tuesday, October 1st, 2019. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bembas?
Here.
Mr. Blair?
Here.
Mr. Gillis?
Here.
Mr. Martin?
Here.
Mrs. Meldrum? Mr. Scarbeck?
Here.
Mrs. Stoneburner?
Here.
I move to excuse Helen Meldrum due to illness.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Aye.
Roll call, please. Mr. Blair?
No.
Mr. Gillis?
No.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Scarbeck?
No.
Mrs. Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
It's a tie.
Okay, so the motion did not carry. All right, well, everyone, please take a moment of silent prayer. And if everyone would please stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I please have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda as written.
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Our motion has been approved. Tonight we'll have a presentation and Councilman Martin will be doing our Nice Neighbor Awards. Councilman Martin?
Well, it's my honor to be able to present these awards on behalf of the city to these people. We went through a troubling summer for some of our residents, and there were others who stepped up, stepped to the plate, did some great things for some people that needed the help, and we want to recognize those people. During the summer, when our city was experiencing high water levels, many residents were left without any help to protect their property. The most amazing thing happened. We saw the community come together for the benefit of all. Several community members stepped forward on a regular basis to help. Those people willingly put aside their normal daily responsibilities and came out time after time to help and fill and place sandbags. They made a difference, and they set the standard for Algonac a little higher every time. First, we want to thank the following companies for donating supplies: Deerbrook Builders, Cordis Brothers, and Scarbeck Property Management. We also want to thank the following groups and individuals for their help. I'm going to start with some individuals. First is Jody Elrod, if he is here. If you'd come forward. The city of Algonac presents a token of our gratitude to Jody Elrod for your willingness to help our community at a time of stress. The high water levels presented.
And it was stress, wasn't it? It was bad stress.
The high water levels presented a big threat to our community, and having individual citizens step up and pitch in to do whatever was needed helped calm many fears. We are grateful to have you in our city and on our team. Many thanks. And Terry Stoneburner Mayor has signed. If you would stay.
Free beer.
It's underneath it. Oh, wait.
The next is for Chris Panessa, if he would come forward. I didn't think I saw him. He lives on Venetian Way. Chris, for his commitment to keeping his street dry during the recent high water levels, his willingness and ability to continuously pump the street was a huge community service and made a big difference to all who lived there. We want to thank him. Know we are grateful to him for his civic mindedness, and we are proud to call him one of our own. Many thanks again from signed Terry Stoneman. Next, Bill Waldorf. Once again, that was, Bill helped on Roseland. Bill, we're thanking for his willingness to help our community at a time of stress. High water levels presented a big threat to our community, and having individual citizens step up and pitch in to do whatever was needed helped calm many fears. We are grateful to him in our city and on our team. Many thanks again from the mayor. Next is Woodside Bible Church, and if there's anybody here representing the church, I know I see some, if they would come forward.
And get up there.
All of them. Once again, we are presenting our token of gratitude to Woodside Bible Church under the leadership of Pastor Dan Stewart for the continued willingness to help our community. The high water levels presented a big threat to our community, and having our group step up, pitch in, and do whatever was needed helped calm many fears. We are grateful to have you in our city and on our team. Many thanks. Once again, signed by the mayor.
Hey. Not done yet.
George Washington.
And finally, a big thank you to the Algonac Robotics team and Sebastian Cornway. If you would come forward, any representatives from the
You need somebody.
robotics?
I think there's a whole bunch of them. Come on, guys.
How about us keep coming up?
May I also say it's our very successful Algonac Robotics team.
Here. The city of Algonac once again is presenting this as a token of our gratitude to the Algonac Robotics team and Sebastian Cornway for their relentless enthusiasm for helping when the water was high. Many residents had no one to turn to for help. The way the team stepped up and worked together to solve the problem was inspiring to watch. Our heartfelt thanks for all of you do from the mayor once again and ourselves to the team. Thank you very much on behalf of our citizens. Not here? All right, somebody accept?
Stand by.
What side do you guys squeeze in?
Yes, please.
You City Council Member Jody? You guys are all fired. Wow.
All right.
Take his award away.
Thanks, Jody. Cheese. Awesome, thank you.
Good seeing you.
I want to stay. No, have a nice night.
Have a good one. Have a cold one.
Yes, I will.
You're leaving now?
I would like to say, I have a couple words to say about the robotics team. My husband and I spent a few evenings with them while they were sandbagging. Tom and I would fill and tie them, but they did all the heavy work and move things places. But as a lifelong educator, I love seeing the teamwork with the kids. If they had a problem, they put their heads together, they solved the problem, they tweaked things. It was a real life problem solving that we hope our kids learn in school, and I know they've learned it from you, coaches and parents, the mentors, and the people who are raising them. I couldn't be more proud of our community. It was wonderful watching the action of them, and also, it wasn't just the kids and the coaches there. Their families came as well. Younger siblings, grandmas and grandpas, aunts and uncles, lots of moms and dads. And it was just wonderful seeing you come together for people you probably didn't even know before the evening you went to their homes. Thank you so much. And also, thank you to Woodside. You've done the same thing. I didn't get to see you in action, but I got to see what you've done, and it was phenomenal. And everyone that was awarded tonight, Jody that was here, and the people that weren't, if it wasn't for our community coming together in such a time of, a stressful time and a dangerous time as well, we wouldn't be where we're at today, and we're breathing easy. But I will say, nobody throw out your sandbags. We need them for next year, so don't throw your sandbags out. Thank you so much, and we're so proud of you, and I bet you everybody has to go home and do homework.
It's a double meaning word, right?
One more thing, there is a special thank you that is going to be sent out, correct, to Deerbrook, Cordes Brothers, and Scarbeck Property Maintenance.
Yes, that's correct, Councilman Martin.
All right, next we have our public comment section, and remember, please state your name, where you live. You have 5 minutes to speak. We won't respond, but we definitely listen to your concerns. Anyone?
My name is Dan Stewart, Clay Township, and 235 Folker Road. And I wanted to take the opportunity just to respond to you and say thank you for your very gracious response to a community that came together. You as leaders have shown a spirit that we just love in this community. And it was great. I mean, it was a lot of fun to work together. It was fun to see the communities come together. You know, one of the great friends we made is Jody at that first place that we came to serve, and then the fire chief was there, and we worked with state police troopers and the robotics team and Deerbrook Builders and Emil's Accounting and Lowe's and Jake's team, and it was just a great experience of the community truly living out that unity that's in the heart of our name. So thank you, council members, for the way you lead a city and recognize people that are seeking to do good things. So we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next.
Who's this guy?
Ron Short, Townsend Drive. I just want to put some icing on that cupcake. I'm so proud of the community in times of trouble when they finally do come together and start working together. There's no way that a city or municipality, it's not their problem. This is a community problem, and the community reacted. I'm so very proud. So thanks to all the people that were out there eyeball deep in water and smelling like gasoline and sand in the back of their car. It was very cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Next. All right, then we'll go on to our city manager's report. Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. I wanted to bring to everyone's attention that Clay Township resident Mike Dooling, who used to manage the Big River Grill, is now selling fresh baked goods every Saturday at Trinity United Methodist Church from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So posting with more information is on the city Facebook page. I also wanted to bring to your attention of all the activity that we had at Riverfront Park this weekend. So the Girl Scouts had a huge event this weekend. They entitled it Blue Water Wonderland, with over 425 girls enjoying our Riverfront Park on Saturday. And we also were hosts to the Ship Cam Crawl, where people who were here to see the ship cams in Port Huron, Marine City, and Algonac came down and visited our community museum and our maritime museum. So Algonac has certainly been front and center as of late. Reminder that we are still looking for Housing Commission candidates. Due to a recent resignation, we are looking for more applicants, and the applications are available at City Hall and on the city website. The duties would entail attending approximately 10 meetings per year, and they meet the third Monday of each month. A reminder that a Women's Life fundraiser is at the Green Barn Winery for the Algonac Special Needs Park. So all funds go towards the Special Needs Park that they are trying to build at our Lions Field. That's October 3rd at 6 p.m. and tickets are available at Clay Township City Hall. Saturday, October 5th at 10 a.m. there is the Harson's Island Historical Society Pie Sale from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And also a reminder that there's going to be a skate park work day the weekend of October 12th, and there will be artists who will be painting the skate park. Please stop by and support these hardworking kids that are really making our skate park look wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor Stoneberg, can I add something?
Yes.
I stopped and ate at, or bought some baked goods from Mr. Dooley, and I had the best scones I've ever had.
So there you have an endorsement.
Blueberry.
Now we're being asked to approve the consent agenda. May I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We have no unfinished business, so we'll get right into the business at hand. Tonight, we're being asked to adopt the ordinance that we introduced last meeting, ordinance number 2019-05, and it is to amend chapter 44 utilities, and it will deal with 3 different sections in there. May I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to adopt ordinance number 2019-05, amending chapter 44 utilities, article 2, water, division 1, generally by adding sections 45-25, water meters, 44-26, use of water, and 44-39, penalties as presented.
Second.
Discussion? I think we had quite a discussion last time on it when we were introducing it. Roll call, please.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Scarback?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, we have adopted the amendment that will change chapter 44 utilities. Next, we're being asked, here we go, Corey. We're being asked to approve flood emergency purchases for test plugs and test ball plugs in the amount of $2,161.90. May I have a motion, please?
I move to approve payment to Aetna Supply, whose address is 46555 Continental Chesterfield, Michigan, for flood emergency purchases in the amount of $2,161.90, but it says $1,961.90.
at the bottom?
Well, there's two invoices. One is less than $1,000, so you don't need council approval for it, but we are being very transparent with the amount of money that we're spending on the flood, so we're putting all of them in front of you each meeting.
Okay.
I'll support.
Discussion?
I just want to reiterate what you said before, for everybody out there, for everybody watching, water's gonna be just as high next year. We've spent almost $45,000 on sand and sandbags and everything for the city. Please save your sandbags, you will need them again next year. Even if the water doesn't go up, you will still need them next year.
Also with the $45,000, approximately $45,000 that we've spent this year, keep in mind that it does not include any employee costs, any labor in that at all. This is just actual materials. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Mr. Scarbeck?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, we're being asked to approve property preservation measures for 815 Mill Street in the amount of $1,500. The city, or the county treasurer's office has reclaimed that property as a result of tax foreclosure. They contacted the city and requested that it be boarded and secured immediately. The city will pay the contractor and then invoice St. Clair County, so it will be no cost to the city in the end. May I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve payment to MC Construction, whose address is 9095 Island Drive, Algonac, Michigan, 48001, in the amount of $1,500.
Support.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Scarbeck?
Yes.
Mrs. Stoneburner?
Yes.
Mr. Bembas?
Yes.
Mr. Blair?
Yes.
Mr. Gillis?
Yes.
Mr. Martin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, we're being asked to accept a housing commission resignation of Diane Strevel. She has resigned for personal reasons. May I have a motion, please?
Motion to accept the resignation of Diane Strevel from the Housing Commission effective September 21st, 2019.
Support.
Discussion?
I'd just like to thank Mrs. Strebel for her time that she spent on the Housing Commission.
Me too. Ms. Strevel has been involved with Algonac for most of her life. She used to own a little jewelry shop in Algonac, and then she's been on other commissions, Downtown Development Authority when we had that, and other things. So she's really dedicated a lot of her time over the years to Algonac. She will be missed.
And we will be sending her a thank you letter.
Yes, we will, Mr. Martin.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, we've accepted the Housing Commission resignation, and please, if you're interested in serving on the Housing Commission, please submit an application. They're online or at City Hall, the applications are. And as Mrs. Gerstenberg said earlier, they meet 10 months out of the year, and it's the third Monday of the month. So I'm guessing they don't meet November and December. So if you're interested, please turn in your application. Next, we're being asked to approve donation transfer to Algonac Alive in the amount of $1,275.65. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the donation transfer to Algonac Alive in the amount of $1,275.65.
Second.
Discussion?
Before we vote, this money was given to the city and is to be transferred to a new organization. And I guess I'd just like to know if we should put this in front of the auditor first and make sure we're following all processes that should be followed when we do this, because I'm sure there's more money to be coming in.
Well, I think what this is, Ray, is last year when Mark Crothers had the skateboard contest for Halloween last year, he raised this money. me and him worked on it together, and we did not wanna hold on to the money ourselves, because there's always a chance that a mistake is made, and you wanna be as transparent as possible. So my suggestion at the time was, let's give it to the city can hold it for us, because then it stays very transparent. But it's not the city money at all, it's the money that Mark Carruthers raised for a special fundraiser. So we're just basically approving, giving back the money that he gave the city to hold on to.
Giving back the money to,
Algonac Alive.
Algonac Alive, which Mark and I are members of, because he's, from this money, he has bought the painting supplies to paint that skate park the way it is, and we're also buying the graffiti paint to paint it on October 12th.
right,
And that comes from this. So, Algonac Live's been around for about a year now. I think we've been calling it Algonac Live for about 4 or 5 months. But the only reason the city even has this money in the first place is because Mark Carruthers and I didn't know where else to put it. And rather, it was either that or have the Lions hold on to it or find a Rotary or something. But we felt due to transparency and it was a city project, have the city hold on to it. But if we're gonna get the things done with the skate park that we want to, we kinda need that money back now, cause
oh, I understand that, but if we were to continue to get money,
you won't anymore because he's gonna give it in the future to Algonac
but
Live.
other if there are other fundraisers that give to the city, not to Algonac Alive specifically, but yet it can go to Algonac Alive, should we know what the procedures are that an auditor would
We
accept?
can, but technically the money wasn't given to the city, it was city, please hold this for us.
This
Right,
time.
it wasn't
Yeah.
a donation.
Right,
It was,
this
please
time,
hold this
but
for us.
now if that, as we move forward and Algonac Alive becomes more prominent, let's say as a group, and something is given to the city specifically, but yet would be appropriate to be under that group,
Well, see,
I wanna know that
Yeah.
we're following.
absolutely, I understand,
Audit
I don't
procedures.
think it'll come up again, only because now Algonac Live is a 501c3, so any money collected from any future skate park fundraisers will go right into that account, and that's a nonprofit account that will watch the money.
And that money will be only for the skate park
Right.
in Algonac Alive.
Well, now that it's on my mind, I will be, just to see that,
Sure.
if it's necessary,
Yeah.
I would ask.
Mrs. Gerstenberg, can you clarify a little more?
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. Our treasurer, Linda Mackey, was actually very involved in the suggestion of this. She does not want to have to deal with a private organization or a private individual and dole out money and reimbursement to him for a particular project. So she was very comfortable and actually suggested moving the money to Algonac Alive with council support.
If I could just talk about Algonac Alive for a minute. Algonac Alive is a 501c3, and basically it started as a decoration committee. We're trying to get some funds together to decorate the boardwalk for the holidays. And it's grown, more people have joined, we're raising funds, but Algonac Alive in the last year has done the Easter egg hunt. And we're already looking at ways to improve it for next year, so we've been talking about that. We're doing the Pierogi Festival, and Diane Chmielewski, is that how you pronounce it?
That's good.
Good enough, we're doing a lot of work on that. We're expanding on our Halloween, we donated money to the ship cam, so it stays another year. And we've already bought a fishing Santa, light up for Christmas, and a fire truck for Christmas. So we're doing a lot of good things. We're raising money through donations. It's a very Algonac specific group. And feel free to come to the meetings. Just ask, I think the next one's October 15th when we work on solidifying what we're doing for Halloween. And then we're gonna be helping with then my hope, and I know, because it was Terry's idea, so I'm not gonna steal her idea, is we drop an anchor off of a pole for New Year's Eve outside.
It was William Moran's idea.
So it's a good group, feel free to come.
Well, and I'd just like to say, we actually have listed here the goals and objectives of the Algonac Live. It's to make the city a more major visitor destination, to initiate and coordinate activities within Algonac to enhance the quality of life through cultural, educational, and recreational activities, to enhance the city's art, cultural, and historical assets, to build a healthier community, and to strengthen our community image and sense of place.
And we already have ideas for Smith's Field, update that a little bit, update the front of the building. Lot of good ideas, a lot of creativity. My favorite part is the city's arts, culture, and historical assets, and just doing things to, brighten up Algonac and keep that energy flowing that we have. What more can I say? We build a healthier community. We're doing all that stuff.
And as Councilman Bembas said, it came out of the Algonac Decorating Committee because nobody liked our non-Christmas decorations, or our non-decorations, I should say. But it also came out of our visioning. When we met, several meetings, and I know we culminated things at the Algonac Lions Hall, and met and talked about what we wanted in the city over and over and over again. Provide activities, provide more in our city for our children, for the adults, than for visitors. And we are doing that, and that's what Algonac Alive does, is try to pull together things that will interest our community, and if anybody's attended any of our events, we get people from all over to it. But basically, Algonac Alive is an Algonac committee for Algonac residents. We're just kind enough to share it with other people that decide to visit, so.
And I forgot, Ron did the, I always call it the hippie dance, I call it the 70s disco party. So, Ron Schwartz, a lot of different people. What I like about the group is everybody has their different strengths, and we all just kind of synergy, that synergy to work together to make improvements. And this is one of those things. So like I said, when we first started, I didn't know where to put the money. I didn't want my fingerprints on it. Something happened. Just because of transparency, I was like, Linda Mackey, we don't have a city manager right now. Can you hold this money? So now we're just kind of saying, can you give back the money that we said to put in the back pocket for us?
But I'm not trying to talk down anything that's
I know
being
that.
done, I just wanna know that money's moving in the proper way.
And I appreciate that and respect that.
And Councilman Martin, I think what you're just saying is, in the future, you just wanna have a set of guidelines to follow.
I just like to know that money is moving correctly, and if the auditor is necessary, if it's necessary to take a look at it, then hopefully we will do that.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Stoneburner,
Yes.
Mr. Bembas,
Yes.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
Mr. Gillis,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes,
Mr. Scarbeck,
Yes.
motion carries.
Next, we're being asked to approve accounts payable in the amount of $1,235,821.95. May I have a motion, please?
I would like to make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll in the amount of $1,235,821.95 as presented.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Blair,
Yes.
Mr. Gillis,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
yes,
Mr. Scarbeck,
Yes.
Mrs. Stoneburner,
Yes.
Mr. Bembas,
Yes.
motion carries.
and the majority of that is tax transfer,
Mhm.
so.
The last
Don't be
couple
alarmed,
ones.
we're spending $1 million.
We have to send it to the county. All right, items for our next agenda. Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. It looks like we may be looking at purchasing a truck for DPW that was budgeted for this year. And we are also having a special event and presentation honoring Julie Charland, who's done a lot of the painting at our riverfront park.
Thank you. All right, council comment? Councilman Scarbeck?
Good evening. I just want to say a huge thank you to the Robotics Club for all their hard work. And they did so much hard work for us, we should give back to them. And they're having an event called Shorts Brew in the Knack, and that's Monday, October 7th from 7 to 9. And that is Club Capri. There's beer, wine, pizza, pasta. It's $35, and all the proceeds go back to the Robotics Club. So since they give to us, we should give back to them. I want to thank you guys all for coming, and I hope to see you at some of the events we have coming up. And have a good weekend.
Councilman Martin?
I'd just like to reiterate the thank you to everybody who participated in helping our citizens through the rough times. Thank you.
Councilman Blair?
Good evening. Thanks everybody for coming out. I don't want to start thanking everybody because we'll be here till 10. But we have a wonderful little city here, and I say little as in population, but we have a bunch of big hearts in this city. And to see people come together, even from neighboring cities, I can't thank everybody enough for everything they do to make this city what it is. I also would like to send a shout out to Doc 421. It's a new business that we did a ribbon cutting today, and it's a building where it's a multi-use building where I'm talking right now, Rocky. It's a multi-use building. I'm sure Rocky will get into it a little bit more because he's there every once in a while. But there's a lot of different things going on in there. There's a good buzz. I think that if you guys get a chance, you should definitely come by. I'd like to see some more support at the skate park. We could all remember to at least drive by, say hi, maybe give a hand or just show some support. That would be great. And then on a more serious note, I want to send a heartfelt condolence out to the Godette family. It was a tragedy where they lost the patriarch of their family this past weekend. They own Fox Fair Fixins, and anything you see with ABM on it is owned by the Godettes. It's a tragedy to lose anybody, and again, to lose your patriarch of the family when it's a kind of a shocking thing. So I don't know if you guys know the Godette family, but if you'd like to reach out to them, we all grieve when somebody else grieves in our community. Thanks everybody for coming out, and Joe, I do want to see that fire truck that they bought for you though, from Algonac Alive. So I want to ride in that too. Well, that's what you're talking about. Just kidding, but everybody again, thank you for supporting our council and our city, and have a great night.
Mayor Pro Tem Gillis?
Again, tonight when I saw all those people out here that came to support each other and to support our community, I kind of got a little choked up to see this many people that stepped forward when people were in need, not asking what somebody could do for them, but asking what they could do for someone else. I saw it in my own neighborhood, and I just want to say thank you to all the people that came out and support this summer and made sure we made it through. Thank you. Have a good night.
Councilman Bembas?
Oh boy, I could talk for a long time, so I'll try to make it quick. But of course, our condolences to the Cadet family and the Brad family who lost their father, Tom Brad. You know, synergy in a small community is very important. I remember in a council meeting when the water was just starting to get high, a family came up to me talking about, I'm desperate, I need help. And I text Pastor Dan, and lo and behold, 10 minutes later, I'm walking through Kroger's, and there's Pastor Dan coming the other way. And it was a touching moment because we were able to get together and resolve some flooding issues for this family. And of course, you'd like to name everybody who helped, but it's nearly impossible. It's really the whole city, because even if people weren't there physically, there were a lot of people out there praying and supporting and behind the scenes. We can't forget the people behind the scenes. It's probably not the most appropriate thing to do, but I know Mr. Scarbeck, we almost want to give him a citizen award because he donated a ton of sand and things.
It wasn't that much. It was like a.
It wasn't that much. It was just a truckload. Yeah, okay. That's more sand than what I donated, so it's a lot. And I know even Terry was there, letting her hubby to fill out bags. And one thing she told me was the robotics have this like down to a science. They got these bags on this machine, and you just throw sand in there, and then it automatically ties it and all this kind of stuff.
I wish. It was close though.
So a lot of people did a lot of good things. Halloween in the Knack coming October 19th, and just about every local business is participating. We got Doc 421, Emil Enterprise, Algonac Chiropractic, Life Care Chiropractic, VFW Post 3901, Boy Scout Troop 252, Scoreboard More, Main Stage Dancers, Creative Creations, the Fire Department, Algonac Alive, Ballinger Maintenance, and the Algonac Planning Commission are all helping, including Mark Carruthers, and he has a company called 13, but it's not spelled 13, it's spelled 13, and he sells clothing and stuff, so if you're ever on Facebook, look up Mark Carruthers. And he's doing our skate park contest at 11 o'clock, and he's done wonders trying to fix that skate park, a lot of good stuff. At 1 o'clock is the registration for the Anything Goes parade at Scoreboard and More. Come in your golf carts, come on your bikes, just come to walk it, any age, any costume. Let's just have fun. There'll be ribbons for the best costume or best float or best golf cart. And so the parade will start at 1:30. We have the main stage dancers are going to be doing like Halloween dances. What's that? Thriller. Up there at 2, and then kids games. And this is what I like. I want to list these names, and I know it'll take a couple minutes, but oh well. Rocky Gillis is doing a maze. Okay, Creative Creations mask making. Nancy Stewart, you know Nancy Stewart, right? Okay, she's doing face painting. Jazz Tyson, who is 12 years old, gave me a call just a couple days ago. She's an aspiring, she's not a face painter, she's an aspiring makeup artist. She'll make your skin look like it's falling off and things like that. And she's 12, and she's going to be out there. We got Dr. Megan Bradford is doing a ring toss. Amy Amos is doing a sucker tree. Quicken Loans is going to be out there to pick the pumpkin game. And the reason why Quicken Loans is going to be out there is because my daughter Katie works there, so they had to sponsor us. And the best part is every kid wins, no kid loses. Okay, Mary Gillis, you know her, is doing karaoke.
She's a kindergarten teacher.
Yes. Dr. Brady is doing a game, and he also has this Vampirina person. You guys with kids know who that is. I don't know. Some guy named Jacob Scarbeck's doing a game. Historical Society is doing a candy jar game. Mandy Griffin is doing a game, and I forget the real estate company she works at.
She works for us on mine.
There you go. The Planning Commission with Michelle Nolan and Ed Carter doing a game. And the Boy Scouts are doing concessions. And then at 3 o'clock, we have the duck races. Come City Hall, a duck costs $5. Why are we selling ducks? We're selling ducks to make the money to buy all the candy for the kids that work.
They're not real ducks.
Not real
So you
ducks.
know.
They're little plastic ducks.
It better be real
So
candy.
our goal is to sell 800 ducks and use most of that money to buy candy for the kids and to give some prizes to whoever wins. And then to me, this guy named Mike Bembis and his wife Jill Bembis have this haunted house.
You know her.
Yeah, I know her. At 6:30 at my house, 1713 St. Clair River Drive, $5. We had over 80 people last year, not counting kids, because kids are free. Gail Anthony's a big help with that. And all the money goes to the food bank. Last year we gave over $400 to the food bank, and Marion Avers was just so ecstatic and said that over 50 families are going to have a Thanksgiving this year because of all the people who came to the haunted house, and it's a good time. So everybody, you're invited. Please bring the kids out to this. Every kid's a winner. There are not going to be any losers out there, any kids losing, and we're going to try to give some of your kids cavities. So I hope to see everybody out there.
Sponsored by the local dentist.
There you go.
Are you all done?
I'm done.
I just have to make sure something's right
Did
that
you have your timer going?
No, I didn't, but I have the wrong date here, because I saw it up there. On October 6th, this Sunday, at the Historical Society, at the Maritime Museum, there will be stories and pictures of the interurban rail line. It's at 3 p.m. A donation is appreciated, a $5 donation, but if you don't have that, don't worry about it. Just come and hear about it. Kenneth Schramm is an author, and he authored this series of books called When Eastern Michigan Rode the Rails. And there's a lot of history about that, and we still can see some things around from that. He's on the board of directors of both Port Huron and Detroit Railway and the Michigan Railroad Club. So if you have some time Sunday afternoon at 3, come on out to see that. He's also going to try to draw from the audience their experiences, because several of our people older than me remember the interurban. I remember stories. So, but it sounds like it's going to be a really great discussion. So if you have a chance, come on out for that. I'd like to piggyback a little bit on the robotics club. They are having an open house, a grand opening and name reveal of the Blue Water Area Robotics Alliance that our robotics club belongs to. It's for all the St. Clair County robotics teams. It will be on Tuesday, October 8th from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Stop in and see it. It's at PJ Wallbank Springs. It's a company up there on Pettit Street. So if you get a chance and you're in the Port Huron area, I don't know if you want to make a trip up there. I'm going to. I want to see what these kids have for their practice field. I think that'd be really great. And a lot of organizations and companies have supported the kids in the St. Clair County. So if you get a chance, come on out and see the kids there again. I'd like to thank Mrs. Gerstenberg, our city manager, and the administrative team for all they've done, the hard work they did through the summer, organizing, checking things out, watching water go up 1/8 of an inch, watch it go down not an inch, you know. All that they did, they coordinated a lot of the volunteer work. Some of it came from the organization, some of it came through City Hall. Everybody worked together with that. And like I said, I couldn't be more proud of where I live. On the 14th, Women's Life has a fundraiser. That helps our special needs park that we're going to have at the Lions Field once we have enough funds. The fundraiser for Women's Life is going to be at the Little Bar on the 14th at 6:30. It's a wine and food pairings, and I went last year, and it fills you right up. You don't even need dinner when you're done. And that's a great thing. Also, Clay Township has something going on that could be interested, whether you're in Clay Township or Elginak. There's a free hunter safety class from 4 to 8 on the 15th through the 17th, but you must pre-register. So you pre-register through the police department in Clay Township for that. And the 16th is the first Evangelical Lutheran Community Dinner. It begins at 5 o'clock. Okay, and the other things I'm going to talk about I'll do after our next meeting because it'll be closer to those things. But we've got a lot going on. And as Pastor Dan said, this community, and as Councilman Blair said, this community, and we all know it, they have come together like you wouldn't believe. And sometimes it's like, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do for me? You know, some of it is because they don't know better. They don't know what to do. And it's just, you have to calm down, try to figure out how to help. And if we got through this, we can get through anything together. And I think that's a wonderful thing. And I don't know as many communities that banded together the way we did. I don't think there's very many out there. They're not as cohesive as we are. And that's a good thing. Very good thing. With that, may we have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? We're adjourned.